I will have fury if my Chicago Bulls lose to the New York Knicks during this recording. How's it going, guys? MWT here with another video of the game recaps. And honestly, I just want to say I'm glad to make this video because there's only 5 teams we got to talk about. So honestly, let's get right into it. But before we start, I need you guys to drop a like on this video, give it a good thumbs up, and make sure you subscribe to this channel down below as we are ready for day 6 of these NBA recaps, or is it day 7? I don't exactly know. But we are ready to start it off because why not? Why not start this off? So we're going to go over yesterday. It's pretty interesting what happened on Sunday. So let's do this right now. So the first game we got to talk about is the Golden State Warriors losing to the Oklahoma City Thunder. Pretty devastating game for the Warriors. Yeah. I'm going to take a look at the box score really quick. Golden State's leading scorer, of course, Mr. Stephen Curry. He had 23 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, and was 7 for 18 from the field, 2 for 9 from 3-point range, but perfect from the free throw line at 7 for 7 in 30 minutes of action. Their second top leading scorers were Draymond Green at 10 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals. Marquise Chris with 10 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and 4 steals. And off the bench, Eric Paschall with 10 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist. Yeah, I'm not going to talk about D'Lo because he got thrown out of the game. And for OKC, their leading scorer was off the bench, Mr. Dennis Schroeder, 22 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, 4 steals. And their next leading scorer was Danilo Gallinari with 21 points, 1 rebound, and 1 block. So it was pretty bad game for Golden State. They never led at any point. OKC was beating them up so badly. They were up by 42 points in the fourth quarter. So not really a good game for Golden State. They should really not like it. So it's pretty devastating. There's only 16 seconds left of that Bulls game right now that's happening, and yeah, we're getting our butts kicked. So we might lose to the New York Knicks. I might, not be able to stand the Bulls anymore. I might. Do I have to go on a rant? Let's not do that. Next, we got to go to the Memphis Grizzlies versus the Brooklyn Nets. Memphis beat them in overtime, 134-133, off a game-winning 3 at the buzzer by none other than Jay Crowder. Ja Morant in the regulation actually blocked Kyrie Irving to force overtime, which was actually pretty cool. And let's go to Brooklyn's leading scorer. It was, of course, none other than Kyrie Irving, who had 37 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 steals, and 1 block in 34 minutes of action. Their second leading scorer, Caris LeVert, with 27 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists. And for Memphis, their leading scorer was Ja Morant with 30 points, 4 rebounds, 9 assists, 1 steal, and that one crucial block to end regulation and forced overtime. Their second leading scorer, Dillon Brooks, who had 21 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 assists with 1 steal. Matchup-wise, it looked like Memphis was up by 14 sometime in the second quarter, and then they blew that lead. Brooklyn was up by 8 at the end of the fourth, but then they blew that lead as well, and that led to overtime, in which the Memphis Grizzlies won at the last second. So, very great game. Grizzlies look like they're going to be, I'm not going to say contending, let's say 11th to 13th seed. They might be. Maybe they'll be last. We don't know. Let's go to the next game, Portland versus Dallas. A very great game for both teams. I honestly thought that, Dallas played a really solid game. But let's look at the box score really quick right here and find out. Portland's main scorer, CJ McCollum, with 35 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 steals. Meanwhile, it was Damian Lillard who was the second biggest scorer with 28 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal, and 1 block. For Dallas, their main scorers were Kristaps Porzingis with 32 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists, and 2 blocks. And their second main scorer, of course, Luka Doncic, 29 points, 12 rebounds, 9 assists, 3 steals, one shy of a 29-point triple-double. Matchup-wise, let's take a look at this. Oh, wow. Dallas Mavericks were actually up pretty heavily. They were up by 19 points at some point in the second quarter, and then they blew that lead. And then Portland was up by 6 at some point. So, pretty great game, I guess, for both sides. And Portland won by 2. So, it was a pretty great game. Yeah. And of course, I'm hearing the TV right now. The Chicago Bulls probably lost already. Yeah. We're going to talk about that later. Honestly, the Jets, pretty much, they suck. So that's pretty good. As long as the Jets suck, we're good. Obviously, I'm talking about football now. Anyways, going on to the Miami Heat versus Minnesota game. Of course, the Timberwolves win 116-109. Remember, Jimmy Butler is still not on the Heat, so that's pretty crucial. Kendrick Nunn with 25 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals. Meanwhile, the second leading scorer off the bench, Duncan Robinson, who had 21 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, and 2 blocks. Wow, they didn't have... wow, that's really surprising, actually. Meanwhile, Minnesota's leading scorer was Andrew Wiggins with 25 points, 6 rebounds. And Karl Anthony Towns, who had 23 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, and 1 block. So pretty great game, solid by the team. Travion Graham was played 19 minutes and scored 0 points. That's all I got to say. Anyways, actually Minnesota was up by 13 at some point in the second quarter, and then they blew that lead. And for some reason, Miami was up by 10 in the third quarter, and then they blew that lead and let the Minnesota Timberwolves win off of 3 straight threes by Andrew Wiggins. So, not going to say anything about that. So, it's pretty funny about that. So, whatever. And now, obviously, the last game. Why do we have to talk about this? Los Angeles versus Charlotte. Let's just get it over with really quickly before I have a headache about it. This is pretty cool. Wow. The Lakers beat the Hornets. What a surprise. Ain't it? Box score. Charlotte's leading scorer with so many players on their team. Miles Bridges with 23 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. Their next leading scorers were Cody Zeller with 19 points, 14 rebounds, 1 assist, 3 steals, and 3 blocks. And Terry Rozier with 19 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, and 1 steal. Yeah, all that money you spent on Terry Rozier for that stat line. Meanwhile, for the Lakers, their main scorer was Anthony Davis, who had 29 points, 14 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, and 3 blocks. And then, of course, LeBron had to make sure his stat line was padded with 20 points, 6 rebounds, 12 assists, and 1 steal, but he still had 4 turnovers. So, yeah, you're a turnover machine. Anyways, DeMarcus Cousins, Talen Horton Tucker, Kyle Kuzma, and Rajon Rondo are still injured. So I gotta say. And Kentavious Caldwell-Pope actually had 10 points. That's surprising. I mean, it's pretty much expected that LeBron's going to pad his stats because that's all he can do. And looking at this, actually the Hornets were up by 9 points in the first quarter, and then they blew that lead. They actually came back after being down by 7, but then the Lakers went up by 20 in the fourth quarter, and that was it. You knew the game was over at that point. They won the game by 19. So, yeah. I'm going to really be upset. Here, I might have to make a separate video talking about it, but you know what? It's only 4 games in. I'm not going to get angry. I'm not going to get angry. I'm not looking to do that. I'm going to keep my composure about how bad some teams are playing. And let's talk about the predictions I had for tonight. I had Detroit winning over Indiana, and now they're 0-3. Indiana's 0-3. This is not good. Indiana, please start winning. Detroit won. I picked Chicago and they lost. And then, let's see, look at this Philadelphia 76ers versus Atlanta Hawks game. Both teams are 2-0, and Atlanta's up by 1 going into the fourth quarter. I did pick Philly for this game, so you can get on me about that. Anyway, 6 minutes, 39 seconds left of the fourth quarter for Toronto versus Orlando. I had Toronto winning. 8 minutes, 55 seconds left of the third quarter for Houston versus Oklahoma. Oklahoma's up by 2, 66-64. Houston, I did pick to win. 80-67 with 4 minutes left of the third quarter for Bucks versus Cleveland. I had Milwaukee winning. 80-62, 8 minutes, 24 seconds left in the third quarter for Golden State versus New Orleans. I had Golden State winning. They're up by 18 right now. Halftime for Portland versus San Antonio. Portland's winning by 6, 51-45. And now we can take a look at these rest of the games. By the way, I have Portland winning that game. And now let's take a look at these other games. Oh, wow. Houston went up by 1. Ain't that interesting? Utah versus Phoenix. I have Utah winning. Sacramento versus Denver. I have Denver winning. And Clippers versus Charlotte. I have the Clippers winning. So you can get on me about that because I picked all the good teams for these beginning games. And I'm pretty solid on my predictions so far, other than the bad day I had that one day. I don't know what day it is. I can go into the description boxes and let you guys know, but let me find the time for that. Anyways, yeah, that whatever. And you could say I'm Michael Jackson, whatever. So I think that this is going to be a great NBA season. Wow. Karl Anthony Towns and Trae Young were named the players of the week. Very interesting. And why would Cousins come back? No one cares about Boogie Cousins. He's just a ring chaser. But we'll see what happens this season for the NBA. I might make 2 separate videos. I'm going to have a lot of time tomorrow from 11 o'clock to 3 o'clock. I'm going to have a lot of time. I have to go through all my video games, basically, because I got to do my daily stuff, and I got to figure out which games have records, because if you don't know, I am a part of VideoGameRecords.com. I've been a member for over 3 years, so I've been doing pretty good. I found that site, and I was like, I'm going to be a part of that community. So we'll see what happens. But honestly, I need you guys to go and like this video really quick. Make sure you see it, because this is going to be a good transition video into the next week and what's going to happen. Yeah. And also make sure you subscribe and share with your friends, because when they see this channel, maybe they want to subscribe too, and convince them that they should subscribe. So thank you guys for watching. You guys know that you are the real deal, and I just want to let you guys know that we're going to go through this season. All right, we're going to make video after video after video, and we're going to stay on the schedule. So thank you guys for watching. I'm out of here. Say goodbye. And